Okay, students, here we are at the joiner today, learning about the joiner. First of all, the joiner's got one purpose, and that purpose is to straighten the best edge. So when we joint, we want to joint the best edge, usually only one side. So in this case, this one's got a knotted, I want to joint this edge. To do that, I'm going to put it down on the table. Now the joiner has some basic things. First of all, you need to be aware of is the start and stop button. That handles most of the problems right there. It's got an infeed table that is always set, so we don't need to adjust it. It's set at 1/16 of an inch. So as we join our board, what'll happen is it'll take off a little here and here, but it won't take off evenly. It's gonna straighten it. And to do that, it's gonna always take off more here on the back side. So here on the joiner, we have the guard that's covering the knives. You gotta make sure that guard is right there in place. Now to use it, it's fairly simple. We just use proper hand and body position, and that is like this. So I take my left hand, hang the thumb on the top, put the fingers in, push it tight against the fence. My left hand, take the fatty part right here, with all my fingers pointed forward, and I am ready to go. So, for the joiner, you want to make sure none of your fingers are pointed down. Now the actual way to use it is fairly simple, something like this. Couple more things about the joiner for the safety test and in general use. First one is, the joiner has a 6-inch margin of safety, which means you want to stay 6 inches away from the knives that are underneath this guard here. This fence right here is almost 6 inches tall, so if your hands are above the fence, you're fine. If the board is smaller than 6 inches, you're going to want to use a push stick. But we don't want to do boards that are super small. Should never need to. They should already have a straight edge. And so we don't want to do very small boards, like anything under 1.5 inches, so make sure we stick with the ones that are bigger than the fence here. As you come up, you're going to choose your best edge. You're going to set it down. Your wood needs to be at least 12 inches long. This one's twice that long, but you need to be at least 12 inches long. So we need to be 12 inches for the planer. We need to be 12 inches on the joiner here. We only joint edge grain. And how many times just depends on how crooked it is. So as we send it through the joiner, we check it, and if it's not completely clean, we'll send it through again until it's a completely straight edge. That makes it safe and ready to go to the table saw and other machines. Now, on the machine, we showed you the on and off switches, but we didn't talk too much about the guard. The guard should freely move out of the way of the knives as we go through. But if it doesn't return and cover the knives, that's one of those turn it off, come get Mr. Tobler so he can fix it kind of a problems that way. Joiner's fairly easy to use. Just keep it tight to the fence so it creates a square edge as you push it through. Enjoy learning how to use the jointer.